worked with on this project? Maybe that may be above or below the radar that, you know what I mean, that we as a community, artistic community, need to know about?
Man, Shaka, let me tell you something. One thing, I'm really blessed to have friends. And I mean friends, people that I can pick up the phone and call and say, yo, I want you to come through and do this. You know, a lot of people may not remember, but I'm from the Affiliation. You know, a group that came out in the 90s that really hit hard in Baltimore. Norm Scola came out of the Affiliation. Mr. Moss, Reggie Ruckus. I mean, a lot of people came out of that Affiliation camp. People don't know Mully Man was a product of the Affiliation thing. I mean, it was a lot of people. Boss Man, Cash and Hash, when he was with Cash and Hash, he was with my man Verbo and them. They was doing stuff. So Affiliation laid the foundation for a lot of stuff that's going on here in Baltimore. People don't know. I mean, I've been around for a minute. But, you know, life circumstances make you have to do things a little bit different. Now I feel like it's my time. I'm fortunate and blessed enough to have my man Janae on a couple of tracks on there. He's on Stand Up. You know, the video that we're about to do. I got Ogun on there. Shelby Raw is on the album. You got my man Unreal. There's been this banging stuff heavy. Yeah, Unreality Entertainment's on the album. Of course, my Affiliation Brethren's on the album. So we got some people. But at the same time, as I said, I rhymed in groups before. I've been part of duels and things like that. I wanted to be able to show that I could stand on my own 2 feet. So I ain't want to have too many features on there, but I got enough that's going to catch people's attention.
What about production? Well, who's providing? You have more than one. You have like someone doing like the Quincy Jones thing, or you have a bunch of, you have a bunch of producers involved.
You know, on this All Hail the Prince album, this is really like a promo album. It's really kind of like an introduction just to let people know that I'm back on the scene, that I'm doing my thing again. So I got producers from all over the country. I really don't have anybody from Baltimore producing on this album, but on the next album, it's going to be a whole bunch of people that you will be familiar with. But I got a lot of cats from out of state, L.A. I got some producers from L.A. I got some producers from Chicago, from down south. I wanted to give it a different sound, to give it a kind of sound that's not similar to a lot of the stuff that you're hearing around town. No offense to what's going on, because I'm a big fan of Baltimore hip-hop, but I just wanted to be a little bit different with this album.
So, with that said, what advice do you have for cats? Because you sound like, again, that you're about the local scene, but you're not about being local. You feel me? So what can you say to cats, again, who are trying to get connections out in L.A., or they're trying to do it on a broader level than what they're doing now? What advice would you have for cats right now?
You know, the key thing is to reach out. You know, we're in a real good situation right now with the internet, the power of the internet. You can reach out to people. We got a song that we're doing right now with some dudes down in Atlanta. This really coming up heavy right now. I mean, with the internet, there's no limits to what we can do. It's not like it was back in the 90s and the 80s and things like that, where it was basically whoever you know you could deal with. You can reach out. I mean, you know, you got a radio show on the internet, so the internet is a powerful tool. With that, we can really reach out and do things. And I say just go beyond what's right there for you. Another thing that we're doing, a lot of people don't know, is I was part of the Street Radio Project. And once again, I say in my lyrics, check the credits. I'm there, PrenzBilal. You know, I'm just looking at credits. You'd be surprised how many things I was a part of. But Street Radio, we had K. Slade hosting that. We had Clinton Sparks hosting it. I mean, we've reached out to a lot of people. You had Boss Man, Mully Man, D.O.G. I mean, everybody that's anybody in Baltimore doing stuff like that. So, I mean, I facilitated a lot of those projects, and basically it got to a point where I felt like it was my time. It's time to step out and get some stuff done.
Okay, Ro, I want to touch on something you said earlier. And I want to say this to everyone watching and everyone listening right now. There has to be at least 500,000 people out there like you. And that equates to gold record, all right? So when the man said that he does music for himself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because there has to be at least 500,000 out there like you, all right? And again, the next thing I want to bring in is a quick shameless plug. Yes, you need to check me out on the internet radio. Real Talk with Spitz McMahon, the Club Network Radio, all right? Definitely the hottest place to be on the internet. We were voted the best place to hear music in Baltimore, all right? In 1 year's time, we've overtaken 88.9, 92Q, and whatever else rock stations they got. So the internet is definitely where it's at right now, definitely. So what can we expect to see from you? I know we got the video coming out. We got the project coming out. When can we see these things, and where can they check them out?
Well, you know, you can check me out at PrenzBilal at myspace.com. Of course, everybody got a MySpace page. You can also go to YouTube, PrenzBilal. That's PrenzBilal. You can check that out. We got the joint on there, Operation. We got the stand-up video that, of course, you're going to come out and be a part of. Stand-up video is going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to really be crazy. It's going to lay down a new foundation for things. It's featuring my man Janae on it. So, I mean, his album's coming out soon, too. And that's the thing. Riffs and Grooves is the camp that we're with. Riffs and Grooves is really, really going to make some things happen here in Baltimore. You got my man K-Riff doing his thing and really, really devoting and putting his time behind us. So we ain't going to give you nothing but the hits. Nothing. That's for sure.
That's the business, man. It's your boy Shaka Pitts, a.k.a. Spitz McMahon, the voice of Baltimore hip-hop. I'm chilling here right now, one man, PrenzBilal, Baltimore Zone. Yeah, we local, but we're definitely national. Stop playing with me, man. Let's get it, man. Real talk.